Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Pod Talks with myself, Ritu Bra, and Daniela Del Carpio. So you guys, this has been a while since we've done this collab Q&A together. So Daniela, I've definitely missed you, having you on the podcast as well. Tell me a little bit about what's been going on for you this month.
Yeah, hello guys. Hello, Richu. It's been, I think a month or maybe over a month that we haven't done one of this. But yeah, lately what I've been doing, I went away for a little bit, just a few days with my partner. Other than that, I'm literally just working, working, still getting my training done. I was sick for a little bit as well because it's winter time here, everyone getting sick. But yeah, pretty same old. I feel like same routine, working, getting it done, getting my training done, just trying my best every day, which is the main thing. But how are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good as well. So I also went away. So went to the Euros to go and watch the games in Germany. I don't know if you follow football.
No.
That was pretty fun. We went to go and see a couple of matches there, me and my partner. Different
Nice.
different than, maybe like a relaxing holiday, a little bit more busier. But yeah, I got a little bit under the weather myself during that time. So although it's summer here, summer's only really just kicked in. It's just been like miserable here. So it's probably not. I mean, I don't know how cold it gets in New Zealand, but it's been wet here, like typical British weather. Yeah. But like the sun's back anyway.
Yeah.
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 So we've got a couple of questions, Daniela, right? So a couple of questions
Yes. Yeah.
you guys have sent through via Instagram, etc. So today we're going to be doing a couple of the Q&A questions. So Daniela, I'm going to start with one of these ones, which is about fitness. So it's more about fitness and like schedule. So the question they're asking is, how can I balance a busy schedule with regular exercise?
That's actually pretty similar to one of the questions that someone else asked me. I think
Oh,
people are
wow.
struggling with
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think to answer that question, the first thing that I would say, yes, you can find a balance, but it's not always going to be a perfect balance. And by this, I mean, like, there's always going to be things going on. And something that we always say is that, having routine and having that schedule with your workouts, it's amazing. It's ideal. It's what we want. But you just have to keep in mind that we have to be flexible with that schedule. As much as we want, and it will be ideal to have the same schedule every single week, life is always happening. There's always going to be something going on, something unexpected. Maybe you have to do, I don't know, travel somewhere for a week, just something unexpected that happens. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that, to allow that flexibility. But in saying that, something that works for me, something that I would suggest, something that works for my clients, if you're only just getting started with your journey, or maybe you haven't trained in a while and you're getting back to your fitness, try to play around with the times and the days during the week. So let's say you're training right now, or you want to train 3 times a week. Play around with the days. So maybe this week, try Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Next week, you can try Monday, Wednesday, Friday after work or nighttime. Just try like a trial and error, try to see which times and days work better for you. Once you find that sweet spot, then stick with that. And once you know, okay, for me, it really works Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, lunchtime, 12 p.m., for example, then make that your schedule. Put it on your schedule, because if it's not there, then it's not going to happen. And if you don't have a schedule just yet, get one. The one that we use, me and Richu, and I think most of us in the business group, we use Google Calendar just because it's easier. One, visually it looks nice. Two, you can use calendars for every single event and thing that you do. Three, you get notifications, reminders, 10 minutes, or you can set it up to 20 minutes before the event. So okay, it's time for me to finish what I'm doing. In 20 minutes from now, I have to go to the gym. So you have the little reminder. And you have also that time frame that you need to spend at the gym. So you don't go to the gym and you don't spend 20 hours there. You just go there, go with the mindset of, I only have 60 minutes to get my workout done. Get it done, go back home or go back to work, get whatever else you have to get done. But that way you have that structure, that routine, and that schedule. With time, it's going to be easier to stick with that. And as I said before, life is always going to be happening. So be flexible and understand that if for whatever reason, today I had it on my calendar to go at to go to the gym at 12 p.m., but I was not able to. It's fine, it happens. Like nothing's gonna happen. Just try again tomorrow, If you have some space tomorrow, try again. If you don't have any more space available during the week, at least get your other 2 training done. It's fine. Next week, it's gonna get better. And then get your 3 training sessions done for the week. That will be my advice of how to fit it into your schedule.
I love that. I think that's really, really good. And you've touched on all the things, again, trying out different options, morning, evening. And then also like the Google Calendar is just brilliant, and it's like I color code me time, anything where I'm working on me, it's like in pink, for example. And let's say that you are training 3 times a week. That's your commitment. Just make 3 boxes. It says gym. You've got, travel time maybe accounted for within there. And you can just slide it to the next day. Check your Google Calendar at the end of your work day and know that actually, right, I didn't get that done today, but here's a slot where I can get it done tomorrow. So I think that's really valuable. Another thing that you touched on was that when you're in the gym, you've got that time, get in and out quickly. A lot of the time, people don't time their rest periods in between sets. They've been programmed, like Daniela and I, we program these rest times between your sets for a reason. So if we know that this is your program needs to be set up in a way that you can manage it, then we can adjust things like how many sets you're doing, the intensity level, the rest times, and you really need to pay attention to those. So far too often, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it, people are in the gym and they've done the set and they sit there and they watch or they look at their phones and they're doom scrolling. Let me just quickly like this. Let me just quickly watch this. And then like 5 minutes have gone and you're stopping other people from using that, but you're ruining the intensity of your program. And also you need to pay attention to these rest times. So I feel like people don't do that enough. They don't understand why a rest period is there. And it needs to be, I think that's the thing. You're going to get the workout done in like 45 minutes or an hour, bish bash done, right?
Yeah. And I like how you said, like, make sure you check your calendar the night before, because I feel like you can have a calendar, you can have a really nice schedule, but if you're not checking, how are you staying on track? How do you know exactly what thing needs to get done? Even if you have the same routine every single day, I think it's great to just double check whether it's a nighttime or early morning, first thing in the morning, check that, see what things you have to get done. And that way, if you need to have that flexibility, move things around, it's easier to do it before the day starts. While you're, throughout the day, while you're doing those things. But let's listen to these tips and apply those tips, guys. Don't just listen and then do nothing about it. That's something we always say. Yeah. Okay, but I've got another question for you. So someone else asked, how long does it take, like average, to see results when you stick to your program?
Okay, when you stick to it. So firstly, I would say like just slow down and stop thinking about specific time frames. Like get yourself into the mode. Results, when we're thinking about something like weight loss, like that can occur quite quickly. But again, we need to think about, how quickly do we want this to happen? Are we just looking at, that's the easiest thing. The easiest thing to do is actually to drop weight, right? You can reduce your calories and then drop weight. But the thing that you have to realize is that, does that fit your lifestyle? Does it accommodate, the fact that, there will be off days here and there? And is it realistic as well? I mean, do you just want to be dumping weight? Do you want to just dump body weight? Or we want to be a little bit more specific and strategic, where we're like dropping like the body fat as well. And then we're working on building lean muscle tissue. So I think it's first understanding, how to characterize or categorize your specific goals. And it's going to be different for everyone, because muscle building takes years. It takes ages. And it's not to say that, it's going to take so long that you won't be able to see those results. When we're thinking about lean muscle tissue, that yes, in order to create more, it does take years, right? It takes dedication and it takes years. But when we are doing things like fat loss, we're actually really revealing muscle that we've built already, or muscle that we're better toning or tightening up. So that's where you will see these transformations where people have dropped a vast amount of weight and they look massively different. And it's not because they've suddenly built all this muscle in this short amount of time. It's taken the body weight down, or like the body fat, for example, to reveal the fruits of their labor. And so really you have to think about, this is not just something that's like a right before an end, I've got the body and that's it. This is lifelong and life. Yeah, it's going to be lifelong. It's part of your lifestyle. It's something that you're going to be working on a continuum. It's obviously really important that we see results. And that is obviously even like as minuscule as week to week and month to month, you can actually see physical results. And that's why when we're taking things like metrics, we're not just standing on scales. Where, if you've got the means, we're testing body fat, and also we're doing things like body tape measurements as well. So I find those are really, really key. I found with my girls as well, if they've not seen, because we obviously see fluctuations with weight on the scales, and it's not always, because you're not doing good, right? You could be holding more water. There could be all sorts of things that are coming into play. And so it's really nice that when you see that progress and you're taking those body tape measurements, that you're tracking those week on week. And then obviously we can see over a long term, we can see those results. But typically I think when we're looking at quite general terms of how long does it take to see changes, anything from like 8 weeks to 12 weeks, even as small as that, you can see results, and this is actually being, continuing, stacking the progress, not having like peaks and troughs in terms of, oh, I fell off, or I'm doing great, but being quite moderate as well with how we're programming that progress as well to occur. So it's not just like drastic, because I mean, how much can you lose in a week, let's say, if you decided not to eat, right? We don't want to do that. So it's just, making this manageable. What's your take on it, Daniela?
Yeah, I was gonna say, same thing. Like, I feel like people, I think when they ask that question, it's because most of the time they want to ask that question because in their minds they're thinking, if I don't see results soon enough, I'm not gonna be motivated, and I won't be able to stay on track, and I won't feel like staying on track because I'm not seeing the changes. But if you're just waiting to see those changes to stay motivated, then you're relying on the wrong motivation, because like Rich said, like those changes might take 8 weeks, might take 12 weeks. Everyone is like, every single body type is so different. Also depends on you, what you're doing exactly. Are you staying on track, exercise, training, everything, your history, your background with fitness, every single little detail counts. So I feel like there's not going to be like specific answer. Yeah, after 1 week or after 4 weeks, you're going to see those changes. You're going to look amazing. Like, I feel like we will be lying if we will be saying that, because it's just not true. Anyone that will tell you after this time, you're going to see that. Yes, you might see some changes, some people more than others. Like, I have some clients that they don't really see many changes after 3 months, but then month number 4 they start seeing more changes, and then month number 5 more changes, and then month number 6 like, wow, like I can now see the changes. And so the main thing I would say is like, you just got to stay consistent, whether you see the changes or not. Stay consistent, and like, don't just focus on the physical changes. Focus about like, the habits that you're changing. How's your relationship with food now compared to before? Like, are you now staying consistent with the gym compared to before? But in saying this, if it's already been 3 months or 4 months and there's no changes at all, then maybe there's something that you are doing that you're not doing, or something that you're not doing that it's not working. Because sometimes it's not just about sticking to the meal plan. That's it. Like, maybe the calories are too low. Let's change it up. Let's increase the calories. Maybe you've been on a deficit for too long. Your body is not responding to that deficit anymore. So when you slowly start increasing those calories, so there's not too many factors and things to consider. Too many variables. Too many things to consider. So I think just to answer that question, how long does it take? Average. Don't worry about the average. Just keep doing the work. Just put your head down. Keep reminding yourself why you started with this journey, and also pay attention to the other wins that you're making. Don't get too fixated with numbers on the scale, or with your measurements, or with your pictures, or mainly those things: measurements, weights, number on scale, and pictures. Put that to one side and just keep trying and keep pushing yourself. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's really, really good, actually. And I think another thing, just a really small point to add, would be that as coaches, or even like people outside, we see changes before we see them in ourselves. So when you're thinking that you're not making progress, we're naturally hard on ourselves, right? And so I feel like that's why it's really good when you are tracking your progress, that you've got someone looking at things objectively, just help you. Right. Time for a question for you. I like this one. What type of exercise is best for weight loss in my 30s and 40s?
I feel like we get this question all the time. And I feel like my answer is going to be always the same. There's no, such a thing as a specific workout training program or exercise. Even if you're 30, 20, 40, 50, 60, that is going to help you with losing body fat. That is going to help you to target that specific area, which is, losing body fat overall. Think about exercise as a supplement that we add to your training or to your fitness journey to help you get those results a little bit better, but it's not the same thing. Just like supplements is to supplement your diet, training, it's not the same, but if we put it like this, it's similar to supplements. Like, the exercises are not going to help you to lose that body fat in your back, in your arms, or this or that. The main thing that you can do, or the main thing that's going to help you with that is what you're eating, how much you're eating. Being in that caloric deficit, stay on track, fueling your body with the right nutrients. Once you lose that body fat percentage, which you're going to lose it everywhere, not just your tummy, not just your arms, not just your face, not just your legs, it's going to be from head to toe. Then you're going to start seeing those changes. And then you're going to be like, oh, actually, yeah, I can see now why this works, because it's not about the exercises. I think many people, and I used to be one of them, I will spend too much time at the gym thinking that, the more exercises I try, or the longer I stay at the gym, the more cardio I do, the more, the better changes I'm going to see. But after years and years and years of experience, I can tell you, don't waste your time at the gym. That's what we say earlier, like just get in the gym, get your workout done nice and quick, and then get out. Because you don't have to spend hours at the gym killing yourself or making yourself get really sweaty, because sweat is just water. Sweat is no your body fat coming out of your body. It's just water, nothing else. It's water to help you relieve, help you cool down, because you're probably really hot, nothing else. So yeah, there's no workout, no exercises, no nothing that is going to help you with that specific goal that you have. It's a combination of the training that you're doing. Training is going to shape your body, nothing else. And the nutrition that was going to help you reduce that body fat. And then combined, you're going to have less body fat and then a nice toned physique, which is exactly what you want. So yeah, sorry, but there's no answer for that. Just back to the basics and nothing else. But what do you think?
Yeah, no, I love that. I agree with every point there as well. And I think that's the important thing, that I think when most people, I'm being very general here, but when most people say they want weight loss, mostly they want to drop like body fat, and they want to kind of build, tone or lean muscle. And, that's, again, everything comes down to diet, that figure that we talk about often, the 80-20 rule, it's the same thing here. 80% of your nutrition, 20% of your what your outputs are, or your exercise. But I mean, a lot of that is going to come from lifestyle changes, right? So getting more steps in, being more generally active, not being sedentary as well, being more, choosing a more active lifestyle, and having better habits. And there is no particular exercise that is the key thing. And I love, Daniela, how you said that the exercise is going to help shape you. That's going to stop you, that when you do lose weight, you're not just going to look like skin, right? You're not just like a whatever. You're going to have that body, that your shaped body that you're after, that toned physique that I know that so many of us ladies really, that we like. So yeah, again, everyone's got different, viewpoints on what outcome they want, but you know, lifting weights, for example, is one of the best ways to do it. But again, there are many ways of being physically active. Doesn't always have to result in that, but it's just a compounding effect of all the things that you do on a daily basis. Those things.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I didn't mention that. It's what you do every single day, from the moment that you wake up until the moment that you go to sleep. It's not just when you're at the gym, or it's not just when you're having your meals. It's literally everything. You're asleep, like Richie said. You're asleep. If you have an active or sedentary lifestyle, obviously what you're eating, your trade, like everything combined, Monday to Sunday as well, not just Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday, everything counts. But at the same time, like, we want to make sure that we stay very flexible, and that's something we also tell you guys, that we don't want to be too, go to one extreme and then be extremely restrictive, and then be in a very low caloric deficit, and then feel like you're craving constantly, that your mind is just going crazy and that you're just thinking about food all the time. We don't want to be there. We want to have that nice approach, a flexible approach, which is the main thing that's going to help you make this a sustainable lifestyle. See those changes, be happy, stay consistent, and get exactly, what you want to get, the body that you want to get. Okay, next question. This one is kind of similar to what you already asked. The question was how to manage balance in life. I feel like we can answer that a little bit.
I think so as well. We'll be sort of spinning the same answers.
Yeah, let me go with this next question. But the main thing I'm gonna say about that question, how to manage balance in life, there's never gonna be that perfect balance. There's always gonna be something going on. So if you're waiting for your life to be perfect and to have that balance, you're gonna keep waiting, because that balance is never gonna happen. It's just finding a good routine. That's it. Okay, but the next question is, what is the best fruit to eat as a snack?
Oh, the fruit that you like, right? And that's the thing, actually, when we're thinking about the best fruit, all these fruits have like wonderful like micronutrients. And if it is like a snack, for example, we ideally want to like, I just think it matters in terms of the whole picture of your daily nutrition, like how you're eating. Are there meals in there? Are you doing breakfast, dinner, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And are you thinking about filling in some gaps with some snacks? And perhaps maybe the question is here, having a healthy snack. Maybe that's what people mean. And I think fruit is great, but it's not always so satisfying, right? I mean, it's great because you're going to be increasing fiber and some fruits, there may be some like additional water content in there, but it's going to be all those micronutrients, all those little vitamins and stuff that people often forget about when they're doing exercise, when they're doing a lifestyle change, and they're thinking about considering their nutrition. So we do want to make sure that if you are going for fruit, I personally, to make it a more wholesome snack time, pair it with something. I think just eating the fruit on its own, like it's just like meh. It's almost like, is it boredom food, or is it something that you're trying to curb hunger until mealtime? Because if that's the case, I would definitely pair it. And some of the things that you could do is like, I don't know, peanut butter with banana or something. Or what I like to do is I like to do chopped up apples, and I add like a chocolate sauce on.
Oh, nice.
just to make it taste nice. Other things that you might want to do, you might want to have some protein with it as well. I think protein's really important, because protein, the reason why we go on about or bang on about protein is it's not just great for the muscle building. Protein is satiating. Protein helps trigger, or helps create that sort of fullness. It's that complete meal. And ideally, when we are thinking about meals or even snacks, you want to make sure you're ticking a few boxes, and don't get too hell-bent on this, but some carbs, some fats, some protein. You want to make it like a wholesome macronutrient meal or snack. So yeah, I mean, yeah, even no, there's no particular any fruit that I would say is the best. That's an interesting one, but yeah, I think maybe also if we're thinking about like calories, I do know that there are some fruits that are lower and some that are higher. So like with a banana, for example, banana is like roughly about 105 calories, I think. And for example, that's just one banana. And for some people, it might fill them up quite nicely. But again, you know, if you're going to have that with some peanut butter, you might end up making that 200 to 300 calories. And again, it all depends on what the rest of your day looks like and what your actual goals are. I think there's always good choices to make. And if someone is picking or choosing fruit, they might be opting for fruit over having, I don't know, a donut or a bag of sweets or biscuits or whatever it is they normally do. So just be mindful and yeah, just have the fruit that you like. There's some things, right? Are there any fruits that you don't like, Daniela?
Yeah, there's actually some fruits I don't like. I don't like watermelon.
Oh, I love
I don't like melon. Yeah, watermelon, melon. What else? Yeah, there's one else. There's something else. What's the other name? Popo.
I don't know that.
Yeah, maybe that's more like the popo. I think that's the name. I think that's the English name. Pretty sure that's the English name. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We don't really get that. We don't get many exotic type fruits.
Yeah, we've got some like fruits back home.
Yeah, I bet you do. You know, pears.
Yeah.
I like a pear when it's like warm, right? Like a warmed pear, like in a recipe, because I just love the way that it melts in. But when you're eating a pear, like eating it straight from the pear, I found that really weird on my teeth.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. The sensitivity just feels very, very strange. Like almost like I'm slicing into like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the same. Like you know, how you would an apple gives you that satisfaction. The pear just makes you feel weird.
It's really soft. Yeah, it's really soft.
It is, isn't it? But it's soft, but it's like the skin of the pear. It's almost like
yeah, that's weird. That's a little bit weird. But yeah, I think my answer for that question would be the same. Like there's no like the best fruit that you can have. Just anything that you like, anything that you want to enjoy, have it. Like it's not like this fruit is going to help you lose body fat compared to this fruit. Like have strawberries instead of banana. Like there's no such a thing. Just have what you like. The main thing is that you are having your calories, that you're enjoying what you're doing, that you're not restricting yourself. And like Richard said, that you're being smart. You adding something else to make you fuel you a little bit more, like make you a little more satisfied, so you're not hungry straight after, and then you go and eat popcorn or whatever it is, something extra that I just want to add those excess calories.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's brilliant. Danielle, how are we doing for time wise?
I've got. Do you have one more question?
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna, since we're sort of on the whole thing of nutrition. Ooh. Are there any specific nutrients that I should be focusing on?
Well, I don't know you.
No.
I feel like it's kind of like, it's a very specific question. And if I don't know anything about you, I can be like, yeah, focus on this and that, but maybe that's not what you need. I would say like if I'm to give you like a very general answer, focus on getting everything, like focus on getting your macronutrients, focus on getting your micronutrients, have a good variety of your veggies, your fruits, which is going to give you that, your vitamins, your minerals, have a good mix of your macronutrients, your carbohydrate, your protein, your fats. As long as you have that balance with everything and you're including everything, you're not removing anything or restricting yourself from something, then you're going to get that balance and you're going to be getting those nutrients. Because if you're removing something or some things and you're restricting yourself from too many things, you might be deficient of something for whatever reason. If you don't like veggies, for example, or there are some people that they don't like fruits at all, no fruits, no veggies, they just want to have carbs and protein and nothing else. If that's you, then I think you've got the answer. But yeah, that's a tricky question to answer. Like it's very specific. It's very, very specific. And without knowing anything about you and what you need, that will be my answer.
I think so as well. And I think with the whole thing of like, what specific nutrients should I be having? I think the key thing is to find out. I think when, you know, when people like pick certain diets, right? And like they go for, I'm going to just have a carnivore diet or a keto, like there's going to be things that they're going to miss out on. And I think that's just really important. And obviously we all have like preferences in terms of what we like and what we dislike. And I think, Danielle, as you said, macronutrients, make sure that you're, you know, ticking those off, and micronutrients. I think we can also get too over the, I think maybe with this, and I feel like some people might think that there's like some sort of, you know, when they come to us and they ask about nutrition, that there's like some sort of trick or there's something specific that's going to help them. I think the first thing would always be, if you feel like there's anything like energy levels are massively affected, you know, you've done things like, you know, your calories have increased and, you know, but you feel like your energy is off, like maybe you're noticing like the quality of your nails or your hair, like things like that. There might be some deficiencies. Go to your doctor, go and get a test done. You can get things like, here in the UK, you can go to your GP if you've got concerns, or you can pray privately. I don't know what it's like there in New Zealand, but you can pray privately. You can get tests done. You can see what things you're like potentially like deficient in or struggling with. And then when that happens, then we can start thinking about a little bit more specifically about certain nutrients and go, right, you know what? Maybe you need to have some more iron in your diet, or it would be good to have some vitamin D, because vitamin D is definitely here in the UK is one that people are mostly deficient in. No surprise, we don't get the sun.
I was gonna say that, no surprise. Go see your doctor, like go to your GP, go to someone that can give you that answer, and you know, be more specific. Get that blood test done, see if you're lacking something, if you're deficient on something. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. The only way to find out is to getting that test done and just knowing exactly what it is that you have to consume, if you have to, or otherwise just keep doing what you're doing.
I love that. Okay, brilliant. I'd say that that's pretty much about it for us today.
That's all.
Fab. All right, for you, those of you that have been listening today, this has been Pod Talks with Daniela Del Carpio and Richie Bra. We'll leave our Instagram handles at the end. Again, keep sending through your questions. We love answering them. And I know sometimes we might say, oh, that's like not specific, or it's very broad. Just give us a little bit more detail in terms of, you know, some specificity. And do you know what? I think it's always important, even if some of these questions are repeated, there's always a different angle that we can take and a different perspective. There's always something new that we can offer as well. I think the key thing is sometimes when you like ask things like Google, it's just very, very generalized. And I think Daniela and I can really add our expertise and our experience, both with our own bodies and with the clients and the ladies that we train as well. I think all those things sort of add as well to it. But yeah, any final thoughts from you?
No, just keep sending your question, guys. Like the more you ask, the more you're gonna learn. And like Rich said, like be specific. The more specific you are, the more we can help you. But at the same time, don't expect to get all your answers just from us or from Google. If you're really struggling and you really need that help, if you've been doing this for way too long and you tried too many things and you're still not able to get those results, invest in a coach. Okay, I'm not saying, you know, get coached by me or Richie. We might not be able to help you, who knows, but invest in someone that can help you, someone that has the knowledge, someone that wants to help you, doesn't want your money, but really wants to help you. Make that investment. Like, don't be scared. It might be scary at the beginning. Make that investment, invest in yourself, and it's going to be much easier for you to get those results and also learn along the journey so you can then do it on your own.
Perfect. Brilliant. Thank you. You've heard it all from Daniela there. Thank you for joining us on Pod Talks, and we'll see you here next time.